Welcome to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie. I'll be talking about ways we can all de-stress and some helpful activities to get involved with. What he said. What that said. Hello, welcome to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie. So we got Josh here. He's, doing some weird things right now. Anyways, we're going to talk about a few different things. I guess my theme for today is inspiration, getting inspired, being inspired, and just all about inspiration in general, and where we can get inspired, what social media platforms are best to be inspired by. So we're going to talk to Josh and see where he gets his inspiration from. I'm going to tell you about where I get my inspiration from. We're going to just see differences and just talk about some tips and tricks and stuff. So we're going to bring over Josh. So here's Josh. He's been on the show before. It's a Stress Less show. So.
Yeah, I know. Hello, all you boys and girls out there, and welcome to Stress Less and Decompress with your host, Joshua Martin. Is that fun?
You're not my host. I'm the host.
Whatever.
You're just on my show.
Before you start, I saw a quick thing. I was just scrolling through Instagram. And remember, when you use social media, it all depends on how you use it, who you follow, what you look at. That will influence yourself. So you make sure you just follow all these good pages and not the bad ones. But from NPR on Instagram, I should say, they posted something saying doing just 20 minutes of improv a day can increase creativity, decrease social anxiety, and increase our ability to tolerate uncertainty. Mm-hmm.
So what kind of pages do you follow on Instagram? Where do you get your inspiration from? Like, what are you most inspired by? I know you're obviously inspired by lots of musicians, bands. I'm not saying that's the main thing, but I'm saying I know that's a big factor in your...
I get inspired, yes, by music. So I do follow a lot of, like, the bands, their own pages themselves, but I also follow a lot of different pages called, like, Ross Halfum. Let me make sure I got his name correctly.
His name's Ross.
Ross Halfin, Halfin.
Maybe you want to show the camera, even though I might not be able to see it, but maybe he kind of got the...
He has a page, and what he does is he was a photographer back in the day, traveling all over the places, taking photos of many different bands. Van Halen, Zeppelin, a lot of 80s bands, Metallica, Scorpion, something like that. But it just shows you the photographs that he took, a lot of behind the stage photos, and it's just a lot of cool interactions, a lot of stuff you've never seen before. It can get your creativity going, but also with that, I follow a lot of motion graphics / animation / graphic design pages. With Instagram, what I like, because I'm a very visual learner, that's why I'm looking at all the photos, and they have different slides too. And a lot of with these graphic design pages, they know how to design stuff. So it's not only aesthetic to the eye and easy to read, but they also teach you on how to create these different layouts if you're learning more about that, obviously. And then another one I follow a lot of sports pages, because I'm a very competitive person at heart, and I like a lot of sports stuff. So seeing passion and a lot of competitiveness on my feed, it kind of gets me motivated and going to be or to strive to be the best I can be in the field that I want to grow in.
Are there certain musicians that inspire you to, I know you play music in general, but does it help with just your music journey, I guess? Like, I don't know, is it, if you see someone playing the guitar and you're like, oh, I want to learn that, will you go look up on YouTube how to play this on guitar or piano? Will you do that? Like, is that how you kind of learn how to how to do that?
I've found out a lot of new songs, I'll say from TikTok, because obviously that's more on the visual and audio side. But again, it comes with what you look up. Everything has to deal with algorithms inside these machines. If you look up more bad stuff, you're gonna get only bad stuff on your feed. So it all depends on what you look up. But yeah, I'll say TikTok, I've found a lot of new songs. There's a lot of people out there that you can watch. You can understand their different techniques. For guitar, there's millions of different ways to learn the fretboard. Millions of ways of learning theory. And with that, you get knowledge from every single person. And learning different techniques it'll grow you more. But yeah.
So those are your top two Instagram users, I guess you would say, for who influences you the most.
Yeah, because there's no one specific. It's just a lot of different pages that I follow. Plus, you get to stay in with the culture too, as you follow a lot of more of these pages.
Mm-hmm. So I have several different Instagram users that I'm a big fan of. Honestly, my camera roll has turned into just screenshots of like inspirational quotes or like art users on Instagram. There's a specific woman, I don't know what her name is, but her Instagram name is Caro Crafts. And I've really been inspired by her lately. She is an artist in New York, and she makes all these really cool, fun, funky art pieces. And she takes videos of, she posts videos of her creating art and like time-lapse videos of it and all these just creative things, even knitting, all this stuff. And I really like seeing what she makes, and some of her pieces inspire me to make my own pieces, even if they don't end up that as good as her art pieces are. There are also some accounts, let me see, I just found this woman, her Instagram is Alicia Strasser, Alicia.Strasser, and she's posting lots of more of like mindfulness art, mindfulness inspired art. I'm sorry, that's the word. So she posts, I don't know, I kind of like this one. I don't know if you probably won't be able to see it, but it's kind of showing like two individuals and like the difference between, like one that's, I don't know how to explain it.
Gotta get your images beforehand and put them on the screen.
Well, I didn't. So we're going to show them today. There are some quotes that I found from Instagram that I think I want to write them down in a journal and have just a list or a book of my favorite quotes that I've heard or seen.
Can I start first?
On Instagram.
Can I start first?
No.
Why not?
Fine, go.
Oh, no, go get your quotes because my thing's still loading up. Actually, it loaded up, so.
All right, you go first and say the user on Instagram, because I think maybe we can get some people to see these users that we follow, and maybe they can see visually like what they post and understand the uniqueness.
All right, well then you go first because I gotta find that post again now. Actually, I got it.
All right, you go first.
So when I was talking about staying up with the culture and everything, a good page that I follow is an account called Bleacher Report. It's not like ESPN or SportsCenter just covering the basics of sports. This kind of gives you the past, the present, and maybe what the future will hold for every sport. Well, mainly the American top 4 American sports. But some good quotes to live by in the sports world and the competitiveness of today's world is, this one is from Deion Sanders. If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. And if you play good, they pay good. I like that. See? Toughness.
Good.
It's called
Yeah.
toughness.
All right, what's the next one? Same
There's
person?
another one. No, this one's from Dion Waiters, basketball player from Miami Heat. He goes, I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 9. Because if you go 0 for 9, that means you stopped shooting, and that means you lost confidence.
Interesting. Got any more? Or do you have any, I guess, MVPs in the sports arena?
MVPs, if you want to.
All right, talk down.
If you want to follow a good person, God, I miss this man so much.
tone it
I'm
down.
so sorry what happened to you, but Kobe Bryant.
All right, we're not doing a sports show right now.
You have to study this man because there's a thing called Mamba mentality. Everyone needs it when they're in their workforce. Because when you have Mamba mentality, nothing can slow you down. Absolutely nothing. You don't know what Mamba mentality
It's a
is.
stress less show. So
I
let's
know,
just-
but you don't understand what Mamba
I know.
mentality
Okay,
is.
all right. This is a stress less show. Calm.
Mamba mentality?
Anyways,
Already?
Enso commercial.
Oh.
Anyways, I'm actually gonna switch over to TikTok. There's a user. I don't even know if I've seen all these, all his videos, but his name is Hunter Prosper. I think he goes out on the streets and he interviews people and he asks them questions like about self-love, self-care. So I really like this one. He interviewed this woman. And he said, what do you see when you look in the mirror? And she said, I see a girl who's trying. And I was like, wow. It's like, you know.
Mamba mentality.
This is why you're not on the show.
Well,
You're too hyper. Anyways, I really like this. I really like her answer because I feel like lots of times we're supposed to answer with, you know, we're supposed to feel good about what we see in the mirror. And, you know, not all of us are like that. But I think saying that you see a girl who's trying or a man who's trying, I think that's important to yourself, that you need to recognize that you are at least trying your best. Even if things aren't going your way, you're trying, and that's all that really matters. Another quote, let's see.
can I stop you real quick?
No.
Okay, then keep going.
All right, go ahead.
Some other apps, I guess, or I guess social media that you can use, because you don't have to use Instagram, you don't have to use Snapchat, you don't have to use these basic, not basic, but these mainstream social media platforms. You can use other things like ArtStation, which is really good to provide your own digital art. If you go on it, on the homepage, you can look at comic art, you can look at cover art, you can look at illustrations, fan art, fantasy, game art, graphic design, animation, 3D art, everything. And what comes along with it is just motivation, because you see a lot of these other people, you see a lot of these other people's artwork, and you get motivated by them to create something like that. But not only that, if you have that competitive spirit, you want to create something better than what you see. You want to see that there's not just one way to create something, there's millions of ways, and everyone has their own style. So you just got to find your own style.
Yeah. I think we're going to take a...
Pinterest is another platform that you can use because it has a lot of images. If you want to get tattoo ideas for your next tattoo, if you want to get ideas for your next painting, if you want to get ideas for your next whatever. It just has very aesthetically pleasing photos. And with that, it directs you to the website where that photo came from as well, which is pretty cool.
So I think we're going to take a commercial.
And one more thing.
No, we got to do a commercial.
If you want to learn coding, look up SoloLearn. Or if you want to learn a new language, look up Duolingo.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be back in when this commercial is done. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie and Josh. Anyways, we were continuing our conversation on inspiration, getting inspired, and most importantly, who inspires us, especially on. Okay, turn it down.
I didn't know I'm still on here. No, the student
Oh my God.
short film that I helped shoot is out now.
This is after show talk.
Get involved into your community affairs out there as well too. If you help that community, you help out yourself.
My family is watching.
Hi, Judy.
God. Anyways, as I was trying to say, I was talking about the importance of finding multiple people on social media or anywhere online that inspire you to keep going with your dream, or even just art, anything. I've found that I've been really inspired by the artist that I was just telling you about, who makes her own art. I've also been adding some, I've been following some more Instagram accounts, depending on, what I like most. So I followed an account that's called Art Department, Fashionography. What else did I follow? This graphic design artist and designer. She's based in Dallas and Austin. But anyways, some more quotes. It's all over the place, but some more quotes. It says, let me see. This one is from Pudgy Penguins that I talked about last time. Highly recommend you check it out, because it has a cute little penguin on it too, so why not? And it says, even though you want it right now, good things take time. Don't chase anything. Your blessings will arrive when they're supposed to. Period. Enough said. Another quote that I found. It says, you're not even trying if you don't fail. Period. Again. I can relate here because there's a lot of things to know about running a show and all that stuff. And you have to fail a few times to learn from the mistakes and come forward. Go further.
You know what they said
Forward.
in Sing?
Anyways,
The greatest thing about hitting rock bottom is there's only one way up. And then the little... What was he?
Can we stay on topic?
What was Matthew McConaughey's character? A koala. Then he grabs onto the rope and he goes, woo!
There's gonna be comments on this one. I also found something on Instagram. The account name is vibrant.waters, and it said it's on. It's labeled, I guess, December non-negotiables. So it's a list of 10 things that this person considered to be non-negotiables for them. And I wanted to share them because these are very interesting things to consider for yourself. The first one says having and maintaining healthy boundaries. The second one says being grateful for literally everything, period. Number 3 is working on my goals every day. Number 4, never forgetting my why. That is very important. Very important, because I think sometimes we get lost in other things, other priorities, and we forget about, what our actual dreams were when we grew up. And I'm kind of getting back into that, remembering what I have been wanting to do and, where I want to live in the future. So never forget your why, because that's important. The 5th one is 1 gallon of ERW water a day. I don't even know what that is.
Just 1 gallon of water.
Well, you should always drink water in general, but yeah. Number 6 says being present. Number 7, learning to say no to things that don't serve me. I love that one because you need to have that self-love and self-care for yourself and say no to things that don't make you feel comfortable. And if you don't feel like you want to do it, you have to say no. Don't force yourself to do it just because you think that you should. Number 8 says staying consistent even when it's challenging. Number 9 says continuing to be the best mentor I can be. And number 10 says stopping at nothing to make it a reality. Period.
I have another Instagram page. What? You were asking me.
All right, go ahead.
This page is called Meditations _and_ mindfulness. What comes with this little page right here? They have different posts of how to be more mindful, and with that, through meditation. They have different posts of obviously how to be mindful. They got a top 5 things for that. A mindful shower. They got quotes to help you out that says like nothing can bring you peace but yourself. 8 myths about meditation. I don't know, you have to meditate for hours? No, you don't have to do that. Meditation is concentration. Not really. It's learning how to focus on your breathing. You have to meditate in silence? Not necessarily. You can put on nice calming music. It's just, there's a lot of things in here. Another page that you can follow, it's called Freedom INTHT, and that has a lot of another quotes. Oh, what's up, Judy? The truth is often offensive to those who live by the lie. If you play a role to please people, you end up attracting more people who reinforce your false self. It's just a lot of different quotes to live by.
Another one that I found, it says, just a friendly reminder that you are not your thoughts and your feelings, you are simply you experiencing them. Another period. Because I feel like lots of times our feelings and emotions get ahead of us, and we think that just because we're having emotions and feelings that we shouldn't, which is absolutely incorrect, because you're experiencing life and feeling all these things, and that's what you should be doing, because when you live life, you can't just have like no emotions and not feel certain ways, because then you wouldn't have any goals. Period.
And
another one I found, it says, someone said, don't be afraid to start over again. This time you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. Another period. I say period a lot, as you can see, but it's true. Period. I feel like when people might start over, career-wise or even with a different goal of theirs, I feel like they think that they need to start completely over, and I feel like it is starting over, but you're starting with experience from the past. You're using that experience to become better.
Something else you can do, I guess if you're feeling bad, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling whatever, simply just go on YouTube and just type in funny dog videos, funny animal videos, funny something, I don't know. Or if your favorite shows, maybe they're Practical Jokers, you just look up funniest Joker compilation. Something simple as that. And just sit down and watch that for 15, 20 minutes. What it does is whatever is bottling up in your head, all those anxieties, all those thoughts, all those distractions, they kind of shoot away because you have your eyes focused on something else and your mind goes towards this funny dog video. This dog that ran into like a clear sliding glass door and it bopped its nose on it or something, and you laugh at that. And
That's
with
sad.
that, magically, or a cat falling from a 3-story building. That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, that's sad. I don't know why I'm smiling, but that's actually really sad.
But just watching these videos, it kind of gets your mind off what you had previously, and it focuses on. It's a distraction, yes, but it's a healthy distraction. It's not you distracting yourself with maybe violent video games or something that's just censored, providing your mind with these good thoughts and everything, it stimulates the senses in your brain to be more positive.
Alright, gotcha.
I'm just talking to my butt now. Are we live?
Yes, we're live. I wish we were just recording, but anyways.
I thought we were just recording. Was that Judy?
The last thing I want to talk about are these 2 podcasts on Spotify that I found. So one of them is by Emma Chamberlain. She's a YouTuber, influencer, and a cute little individual. Anyways, she has a podcast on Spotify. It's called Anything Goes. And it's a cute little picture of her with her cats in bed. It's a really cute picture, I'm just saying. But anyways, so this podcast is just her talking, and she talks from experience and how you can learn from those experiences and move forward. I can't get that right. But also just funny kinds of just content, and it just makes you smile. It just makes you happy, I guess. And then there's another podcast. It's called Dating Yourself Instead. This is by a woman named Liz. She is an artist, an influencer, and I believe she has a YouTube page also. But her show is called Dating Yourself Instead, and it's all about self-love, self-care, putting yourself first, and knowing when to get out of a relationship or out of a weird situation or whatever. But most importantly, it's about self-love and taking care of yourself. And
I got a podcast too. And this is real quick. I got a podcast. If you want a good podcast as well, look up one called Ologies with Ali Ward. I'll give you a quick description. It says volcanoes, trees, drunk butterflies, Mars missions, slug sex, beauty,
okay, this is a
death,
kids show.
anxiety busters, beer science, drama. Take away a pocket full of science knowledge and charming, bizarre stories about what fuels these professionals, ologists, the study of whatever they want to study.
All right, we're out of time. So
Humorist and science correspondent Ali Ward
We're out of
asks
time.
smart people stupid questions, and the answers might change your life.
all right,
Ologies
we are
with Ali Ward.
out of time, so we're gonna wrap it up finally. And I will see you guys next week. I can't hear it. I don't think they
Thank you for watching Stress Less and Being
Thank
Friends
you.
with Katie.
All right, I will see you guys next week. And have a good day.
Am I allowed back on your show?
Thanks for tuning in to Stress Less and Decompress with Katie. If stress is something you struggle with, think about watching a sunset, listening to music, dancing like there's nobody watching, and explore something new. You never know what you'll find out about yourself.